Welcome back to my channel, Brett in Italy. I am Brett, and this is Italy, and I am standing in front of an important church. This is called the Church of the Volto Santo, the Holy Face. This is in Manoppello. This is an interesting and well, fascinating place, really, because inside there's an image of the Holy Face of Jesus. Now, you can look up Manoppello face of Jesus, and you can kind of get different information. Some will say it has to do with the veil of Veronica, that this is the veil of Veronica. That's not correct. This image inside really has nothing to do with the veil of Veronica, but there's an association that was kind of drawn between the two. But I'll tell you what is in here. So we have a image of Christ, and it's painted on a material that's called sea byssus. It's a funny name. I don't know what it means, but in Italian it's biso, marino, marine byssus, which is some sort of sponge or something that grows in the sea. And there's strings of this that are all lined up together, and the image of Jesus is painted on top of that. So it's very thin and it's transparent. You can see through the image, and it looks, well, it's like Jesus' face. It is Jesus' face. So what's interesting about this is first the provenance of it. It's been here since the 1500s, and the story says that in 1506 there was a mysterious pilgrim who was passing through town. He left this image with a doctor who lived in town in Manoppello. The old city's back behind me there in front of me. And it passed around in families in the area until it was finally gifted to the Capuchin friars who have custody of this church. So it's been with the friars for many centuries. And it was really kind of largely unknown other than the townspeople here until a couple of things happened. One is that there was a German nun named Sister Blandino, I believe was her name, and she was in a religious order in Germany. She came down here, heard about this image, and just was fascinated by it, so much that she left her order and lived here as a kind of a hermit, a religious hermit here in Manoppello, and dedicated her life to this image and sort of spreading devotion to it. So she did a lot of research on it, and she also realized, having traveled around and seeing other images of Christ, these holy images, holy faces, that it looked similar to an image in Oviedo, Spain, as well as the scientific analyses of the Christ image on the Shroud of Turin. So in the past few decades, we've looked at, or scientists and analysts have looked at the image, the Shroud of Turin, and they've sort of recreated what Christ's face probably looked like based on that image. So she took all three images and superimposed them one on top of the other and discovered that all the features of Christ's face line up really perfectly. So she said this is, maybe some sort of mysterious image. It's a mysterious image that might very well be the actual face of Christ. So those are the important points. She did a lot of research, as I said, and then Pope Benedict came here in 2006. When Pope Benedict came here in 2006, he really put this place on the map. So we're going to go in just a couple minutes, but it's really just a beautiful image of Christ. And today we've kind of lost that a little bit because of media, because of television, because of movies. We have images all over the place. But centuries past, there weren't these images circulated around. So people were struck more by an image of Christ or an image of Our Lady or an icon. So this is really a devotion to the holy face of Jesus. And people would spend a lot of time in prayer and meditation and contemplation in front of the holy face of Jesus. So we'll go in there, and I will conclude with the image of the holy face, and you can use it on my screen. You can put pause, or you can just find one online, or maybe a better quality of the image, and just look at it and spend some time in devotion to the holy face of Jesus. And I'll put this on pause, I'll turn it around, we'll go walk in, I'll walk up to the main altar, we'll see the holy face, and then I'll go back into a museum, and I'll show you around in there a little bit, and you can see at least the three holy faces, how they line up and how the features line up. And then there's a sort of a map on the wall of holy faces of Jesus over the centuries, maybe some of the development of it, okay? So we're going to go into the church now. we're in the museum now, and these are some of the faces of Jesus throughout history. You can just kind of see the development or the devotion to Christ's face, many different places, periods, till we finish up here with Manoppello. And then back here there is the Cibissus, which they have a display here, showing us what this looks like in the sea. How it's formed. And then here is the slides where you can put the face of Christ. Let me back out here. You can put the slides. See, this is the face of Jesus in Manoppello here. Here's the face of Christ together from the Shroud of Turin. And here is the face of Christ with Orvieto. And here's the face of Christ here in Manoppello. Okay, so now we're going upstairs to a hall where they have a number of ex voto medals. These are all given to the church over the centuries for graces received through devotion to the Holy Face here in Manoppello. So you can see how many graces have been received here. And it's not because of the place, it's through the place. It's not because of this image, it's through the image. It's from Christ, from God. The Trinity is always the source of power through any healings or any graces. It comes from the Trinity, from God, through places, through people or saints or relics, always as intercessions or places. So whatever your needs are, whatever it is that you have pressing that sort of led you to this place, led you maybe to devotion to Manoppello, really take that to prayer. And you don't have to be here in this place. You can be anywhere. But just ask God to deliver you from whatever it is that ails you, whether it's physical illnesses, spiritual oppression, whatever it is. So again, my name is Brett, and those of you who've been following my videos, you know I don't monetize them. But I do ask, if you want to support what I'm doing, go to my page on Amazon, amazon.com. I've got about 20, 25 books or so. You can support me through my books. Thank you for watching.